It is morning on Skaneateles Lake. The sun rises over the eastern hills, reflecting off the crystal clear water. It is one of the most pristine large lakes in the world, so clean and clear that the water flows unfiltered to more than 200,000 homes every day in Syracuse, Skaneateles, and nearby communities. Generations have discovered the magic that is uniquely Skaneateles Lake, a place where childhood memories are made, where we are surrounded by rich history, where we celebrate the innovation born on the water. But today the lake is somehow different, because today Skaneateles Lake is approaching a tipping point, a critical threshold that can lead to irreversible decline. There are now significant threats. First, invasive species, including milfoil, zebra mussels, and quagga mussels. Second, more frequent severe storms have eroded the soil along stream banks and the lakeshore, leading to heavy runoff. And third, discovered for the first time in 2017, harmful algal blooms, which threatened the purity of the water.
Honestly, it was really scary. They started dropping off bottles of water to the kids' schools, and I was concerned whether or not to even give the kids a bath.
Less than a year later, it happened again. Harmful algal blooms discovered in multiple locations on the lake. Is this the new normal? If Skaneateles passes the tipping point, the consequences can be devastating. The purity and clarity of the water will be compromised. Algal blooms will occur more frequently. Native species will die off due to competition from invasives. As the lake goes into rapid decline, so do tourism revenues and property values. And once the tipping point has passed, it's either exponentially more expensive or ecologically impossible to reverse the process. The good news is the tipping point can be avoided. Since 2007, the Skaneateles Lake Association has been attacking the milfoil problem, and it's working. They've raised more than $2 million to fund workboats and divers who spend all summer and fall on the lake. And at first, they literally pull the milfoil by hand. Now, they can cover it with special mats to block the sunlight.
Oh, it's been quite effective. We have not had a report of a patch that's grown to the surface in the last 8 years.
Have you ever thought about what would have happened had we not been able to get the funds together, to have the boat, to have the divers? Like, where would we be?
I think the shallow part of the lake all around the shoreline would be completely ringed with milfoil now.
We're looking for invasive species, making sure nothing new comes into the lake.
Because invasive plants like milfoil often make their way into the lake from boats, the Skaneateles Lake Association started an invasive species protection program.
When I first started checking boats here, I noticed the trailer was from a different state, I believe Illinois, and the gentleman asked why I was asking so many questions. And I said to him, well, what do your lakes look like? And he said, that's why I'm here.
Even more than milfoil, the biggest invasive threat to our lake is hydrilla. It's already in neighboring Cayuga Lake. All it would take is just one boat to bring it into Skaneateles. Hydrilla can grow 10 times faster than milfoil, and removing it is nearly impossible without the use of potentially toxic chemicals. We must expand the inspection program. Lake George is a model for what needs to be done. Every boat that pulls into a public launch is thoroughly inspected to ensure that it is clean. If it can't pass inspection, it must be washed and decontaminated before it can enter the lake. Never before have the opportunities for protection, nor the perils of impending decline, been so starkly clear. We must act now. We cannot wait for government.
I think some people might wonder, isn't that what our tax dollars are for? Why do you have to go out and raise money from citizens?
Certainly, we would love to have the government step right in and just take care of the problem, but that's The wheels of government move slowly, we all know that, so thus the establishment of the Legacy Fund for Skaneateles Lake.
The Skaneateles Lake Association is leading the way, working with scientists and the latest technology to protect the lake we love. More than any other action, investment is the key to protection. Our most vital partners are the ones who understand what's at stake. It is morning on Skaneateles Lake. Together, we can stop and even reverse the onslaught of threats attacking our lake. And when we're successful, it will be our legacy for our children, grandchildren, and generations to come.